You know, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make when researching Costa Rica is confusing anecdotal evidence with reality. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, somebody has one bad experience here. Maybe they got robbed or had a terrible contractor, got sick, or had a legal issue, and suddenly that becomes their entire narrative about Costa Rica. Costa Rica is unsafe. Costa Rica is corrupt. Costa Rica is more expensive than California. Be careful with that. And nowhere is anecdotal evidence more common than in discussions about cost of living. One person will tell you they live like a king on $2,000 a month. Another will tell you Costa Rica is more expensive than living in New York City. Those statements may reflect that person's experience, but without context, they tell you very little. Now, I've lived in Costa Rica for about a third of my life now. That's 2.5 decades, by the way. And trust me, Costa Rica has thrown just about everything at me you can imagine. Of course, I've been gringo priced. And yes, I do complain about restaurant prices, especially at Fuego in Dominical, although somehow I keep going back for their house brewed IPA. I've watched people pass out in bank lines. I've been attacked by a flesh-eating bacteria, and I nearly cracked my head open after falling into a hole at a mechanic shop. But I would never use those experiences to conclude that Costa Rica is a bad place to live. Why? Because anecdotal evidence, while emotionally powerful, is often a poor basis for broad conclusions. Costa Rica is incredibly diverse. Experiences vary tremendously depending on where you live, what your expectations are, how adaptable you are, and yes, how much comfort and convenience you're trying to recreate from back home. So sure, listen to other people's experiences, learn from them, consider them, but don't confuse someone's isolated experiences in Costa Rica with Costa Rica itself.